Welcome to Future Prospects, guys. I have returning, and I'm not going to give it over to them yet, is Philipp and Anja. And they are two students that graced our show on our first episode with their story. Two students visiting from Germany, visiting Canada, and they took a year off from school. Thought I'd kind of bring a little bit of an intro into it. And they shared their journey with us and how I met them through being hired by seasonal gardener Janice Barry. Long story short, I had to have them come back because Anja left the show with saying about, and I was asking her, could you leave some words of wisdom to our viewers? And then Anja shared, and she says confidence, believing in themselves, and she says this is an issue that we have as young people, with her beautiful voice. And then Philipp shared his side. So with no further ado, we're going to get into it, and we're going to talk, and we're going to inspire you guys to have a voice. Welcome Anja, welcome Philipp.
Hi Joy, nice to be here again.
Oh my God. I had to say that because I had to kind of introduce the story to the viewers, right? Again, they can always watch the show on Roger's network here, but I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, hon. Yeah. So we left on your words. Philipp left your words, but your words kind of hit me. And then I said to myself and Ron, we got to have these guys back. So we're going to delve right into it. We've got an hour show. We got 4 segments. We can cover a lot and enjoy ourselves at the same time. So I'm going to revisit our conversation first, all right? So when you said to me that, and I asked you, what is your words of wisdom to you? You said, Joy, and you said from your heart, and you kind of a think, you kind of a get into your zone. You said that confidence, self-esteem. So why is that so concerning to you with our youth?
I think because today so many young people don't have much self-confidence. You see it like we have so many problems in our world, and they feel like they can't make a change in the world, so they lean back and say just, yeah, I let the problem solved by somebody else. So they don't stand up because they don't feel like they can change something, and so nothing gets solved, you know?
Okay, nothing. So nothing really gets solved if they don't speak up.
Yeah, right.
Right? So it's important for you to speak up, right?
Right.
Do you speak up when you...
I think I had my problems some years ago.
Right.
But I think it's normal in my age, and I think you have to make a step forward to explore kind of yourself, to think about what you are able to do, and what you are not is wrong.
Right.
And so you have to explore what you can do as a young person. And I think my step was this work and travel thing. So I stepped out of my comfort zone. So I left all what was where I was used to.
Right.
And
you mean the journey that you're on now with Philipp? Okay.
Right.
Sorry, continue.
And now I think I get more knowing of the life, kind of. So I feel more prepared, kind of the...
Of life?
Of life, yeah.
Okay, and talking with people?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Philipp, can you share? Awesome job, awesome. What's your thoughts on that, my love? On confidence and...
On what confidence, why it's important?
With young people.
With young...
Right.
I think the biggest impact is that young people are the future, like you always say.
Mm-hmm.
So
and you are, though. Yes, absolutely.
So in 20 years, maybe we are sitting somewhere in positions where we can decide important things. And so it's important that because we will live in the world that we are like producing right now.
That's right.
So if you just lean back today and say, oh, who cares? Or like maybe it's solved by its own, and when it's not solved, then who cares? So, but in 20, 30 years, when problems are getting bigger, then it's our problem.
That's
then we just have to solve it now, and you have to speak up now with confidence and speaking to older person, okay, that's my concern, and I want to say that this should be switched over, and that this is not right how it's right now.
That's right.
And so that it's good in 20 years when we are older.
I think they don't realize that I think they don't realize that they are so important to the future. I think they think there are no people who are solving the problems, but they think that it always will be like this, but they don't think of the future. And I think they don't realize yet that they are the future, kind of, yeah.
Do you feel, and I'm going to be devil's advocate here because I like to kind of poke holes because it kind of makes you think a little bit more, okay? Do you think that as youth, from your perspective, if it be in Germany or here in Canada, that you've been taken seriously, that you have a voice? So if you were to talk, we would listen.
I think a big problem is that many people, I don't want to say all, but many people have this, they say then, they are 20 years old, how should they know something about the world? They sit in the school since 12 years and they didn't experience anything. But that's why we are doing this here, to see something else of the world.
Because I had the feeling that I learned not too much in school about life.
Oh.
So I want to make this experience now here.
Okay, all right.
In
Go ahead, I'm
Germany,
going to come back.
In Germany, even politicians, they are saying to the youth there how should they know something, because there was something where they spoke up in Germany, and then there was kind of the politics were apart in two parts, split up in two parts. One said, okay, we have to hear on what they say, and we have to listen. And some said, it's nice if they say something and we have a look on this, but we know it better. It's of course it's not what they said, but just of maybe
I think there are many young guys who raises their voice, but I think there are also older people who say they don't know nothing, so why we should listen to them. And I think this is a big problem over the world.
Does it make you angry though?
A little bit.
How? In what way? This is your platform, guys.
I think maybe in some ways their opinion is understandable. You know, that's what we are experiencing from day to day.
In what
way? That you think, oh, if I would have known this before, then I would have done something else. You know, so you're getting experience from day to day, year to year. So it's different when you're looking on a problem when you're 60 years old and having 3 kids, or if you're 20 years old and you just left school.
That's right.
So, but I think the important thing is not that you then say, oh, the students, they don't know nothing. Just okay, we will solve the problem by our own. But to sit with them together, to speak like we're doing it here now, to speak with them, and then you can understand their side of the problem.
They should treat you like somebody of them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's important.
Yes.
The youth know something and they have this perspective, and the older people, they have their perspective, and then you can compare and you can find a compromise how you solve the problem together, or why it maybe shouldn't be solved or whatever.
And sometimes it's not schools, and you can jump in anytime when I'm talking, like this is an open conversation. When you said in schools they don't teach this, they don't teach life skills, which we will cover, because that's a very important thing, right? But where is it that the confidence is found that young people can take from? Where do you think it should start from?
I think when you're going in the kindergarten, kind of.
Right.
Because then you get in touch with other people. And so I told you before, it's like when you're in the primary school and you're bad at maths, for example, I was.
Yeah, so was I, trust me.
and then a teacher or a school, your school friend is coming to you and says you are not good at maths, or you're not good at organizate things, and you are like 5 years, 6 years, and you feel like this changed you feel like it changed something in your mind. So when you grow up, you always have back in your mind that somebody said to you that you are not able to organize things, and so you will never try it.
But why is it? Were you going to say something, Philip?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that some people learn things quicker than others.
Sure they do.
And
right.
Sometimes people learn things before they go to school.
Right.
And that's so when you are arriving in the first grade, then not everybody knows the same things.
That's right.
So that's why this happens, that some people are better in organizing things, better in maths, and
But you
some
can
people
learn
aren't.
anything.
Yeah, but you can learn anything because they just started 1 year earlier.
That's
they
right.
maybe had to tidy up their room by themselves, and you didn't, or
That's
whatever,
right.
because you were too young. And so that's how this affects what you can do. And I think it's hard if then somebody says, yeah, you are just not good in maths, and then you say that for your whole life, and you
That's
just
right.
and you just
That's
should
right.
start like
That's
learning the
right.
basic things, and
That's right.
nobody is the best organizer or
What did
the
you
best
say?
the best maths.
Say that again. Nobody. Say that again.
Nobody is the best maths guy in the first grade. So you have
That's
to
right.
learn, and you have to.
And it's trial and error.
You have to just do it. And
That's right.
I mean, when you want to
never
get better,
give
for
up.
example, then the guy who always get good marks, you should go home and should train yourself, and then you will get better
That's
every
right.
day and every day. So you can do it when you want it.
Exactly. I love the way you're really getting into it now. I can look into your eyes and you're like, hold on a minute, I want to get my point across. And I love it because you're the voice for the ones who want to talk. We do have to go to break soon, but I just want to touch upon one thing. Don't you think, because I'm a parent, we have a gorgeous son, trust me, he's gorgeous, that it's up to the parents though.
No.
They are the first teachers in their lives, not the schools. Just one quick minute and we have to go to break. What's your thought? Just one.
I think it's also your parents influence you kind of,
Right.
but not only the parents, it's your friends, it's your, I don't know, it's your surrounding area kind of. And when you're going to school, your parents are not there anymore.
Right.
So it's the school then.
Yeah,
So
you don't.
there
have
are
to,
many things.
You don't have to forget that you think by yourself.
Yeah.
So if
Right.
you, and that's what where you ask the question, where does it start with the confidence? And I would say it starts in yourself. So you have to believe in yourself, and then as long as you keep going and
That's
keep
right,
going, you will never have to give up.
I love you guys, but we got to go to break. We'll be right back. Hold that thought. Keep watching, guys. We'll be right back. Awesome. Welcome back to Future Prospects with Anja and Philipp. I just segued right over to you right away because I don't want to lose a minute, not even a second. So we're going to revisit what you said, which really, literally went right to my soul because that is my mission, the reason for this show.
Yeah,
Okay.
I said that you have to believe in yourself.
Why?
When someone, for example, in my life, I had such an experience
Sure.
with drawing. I wasn't the best drawer for all my life, I can say, but there was a point where a painter in an internship, he said to me,
So I said that so I can, a painter
in an internship,
Okay.
and he said to me that you don't have to want to draw, but you have to be able to draw. So, and that's what I then, like, he wanted to say that I'm not able to draw, of course.
What did you think?
And I don't know. I wasn't the best drawer back then. So I just said, okay, then this is not my subject, and I'm not good in it. And whenever I took a pencil and draw something, for the next 10 years until I'm sitting here, it's that.
How old are you?
19.
Okay. All right. No, I'm trying to give a picture to the audience.
And
okay.
that's that you just, that I'm just not good at drawing. And whenever I took a pencil, I just thought about this
That's
quote
right.
from him, and always, okay, that doesn't look good. Of course, I'm not good at painting, but the only problem was that I didn't paint it too much before then.
Yep.
And to be good in painting, you have to draw, I don't know, 250 pictures, and then you're good. And the problem is that I didn't do it because I didn't paint when I was younger, and when I was 10 or 12 or whatever, I said, okay, I think that's nice. I do it, and of course I wasn't good from one day to the other.
Right.
And so
I think there should start the self-confidence when the guy came to him and told him that he's not good, that you have to be able to paint. And I think when you are self-confident enough at this point of life, you could say to yourself, "Oh, let them talk. I'm good enough." So,
maybe it's just not that you don't have to be self-confident at all, but I wasn't self-confident in this particular thing, drawing, because I wasn't good, but I had to learn. I had to learn, and everybody has to learn when they want to do something. You can't be the best pianist from today to tomorrow.
On,
but it's just how often you practice, and that's how you get good.
Okay.
If you practice 8 hours a day, then it takes 2 weeks and you're good. But
that's right.
If you practice 10 minutes a week, then it takes a while.
So
that's just how it works.
The reason being why I'm going to jump on here for a second, I don't want to take away from you both, is that this was an internship. This was a teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Not a real teacher, I think. He was normally a painter, but he did it, I don't know, for extra money or whatever.
So the picture I want to draw for a second here now, believing, but also encouraging. So encouraging, you're young, right? You're young, right? And you're still working on yourself. Am I wrong?
It's normal to work on yourself every day.
You shouldn't stop.
Okay, why should you not stop, Anja?
You should work so long as you get your best version of yourself. Say
that again? You
should work as long as it takes to get your best version of yourself.
Best version. Yeah. And how do you do it for yourself? Because all these ladies are looking out there.
I think it's important to look in the mirror and scan kind of yourself and look at what points you are not perfect yet, and what you want to improve, and where you want to get better. And if you see something where you're not good at, but you don't want to be good at, who cares? When you are not interested in maths, you don't have to get good in maths.
That's the big one for you, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So you look in the mirror and you say to yourself,
I don't have to be my girlfriend. I have to be me.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that it's important that you don't stop doing maths in that science, when you say I don't like it, but you shouldn't say, okay, I'm just not able to do maths.
So
but
do it.
as soon if you say, okay, I don't want to do it, then you have to live with the things you will get through that. You can't say that you are not able to do it. I think that's important, because everyone is able to do anything as long as he wants it. And
sorry, say that again. These are great quotes.
Anyone. What did I say?
Anyone is. If you want it, you can be able to do it.
Everyone is able to do everything as long as they want it.
That's right.
That's what I wanted to say.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, no, this is awesome. I'm enjoying it so much. I'm even stuttering myself. What was I going to say? So now you said about comparing. Yeah. That's another thing.
Yeah, it's also a big thing in our society, I think.
Okay, it is. Even with our age group, all right? But with yourselves, I'm trying to keep you all straight, so when you look in the mirror, you can love who you are and accept yourself. But why is it that you compare yourself with your peers?
I think it's nobody's perfect.
No one is. Nobody.
And you see a guy who can play piano, then another guy who is good at organize things, and you put them all together, all the good things, and you think you should be able to do this thing.
You want to be good in every particular thing.
But that's crazy.
Not everyone can be good in everything.
No.
But what you don't see.
Everyone could be good in anything. That's the difference.
But what you don't see is that the guy who plays good the piano isn't good maybe at talking maybe.
That's right.
And
that's right.
You don't know the people. They have also their thoughts.
Okay.
And it's okay.
Do you think social media is a big part of this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
because everybody is showing the best side.
Yeah.
And
it
then
starts with the pictures, you
Yeah.
know, they are using what apps to make yourself looking
I know,
better.
I've seen the
Yeah,
Androids, like, or I don't know
yeah.
what it's the words, don't get me wrong here. But
And then there are like 10 years old
Mm-hmm.
girls who are looking at this picture and asking themselves why I'm not looking like this. And when you would meet this person, you would know that the person would tell you that that's all just
makeup and Photoshop.
right, right.
Yeah.
and
But
that's not.
doesn't it affect the mind though?
Yeah, sure.
Oh
Philipp,
yes,
in what
because
way?
it's surrounding you 24/7. You have your phone with you all the time. As soon as you're sitting in the bus for 10 minutes, you're
I know.
looking in it and you see all the good things all the time. And I think the problem could be that many people think they should be like that, but it's just that you can be like that, but you don't have to.
No.
So
Well, why would you want to be the person on that screen?
Yeah, sure.
if you see someone who sings good,
The
for
person
example,
is existing already, and
Yeah.
your person isn't. You know.
Right.
if you see someone who sings good, for
Who wants a
example,
person double?
then you just you can say, okay, I want to sing as good, and then you learn singing.
Right,
And
but
but
what
you
happens
don't
if-
have to be
No,
the
you
best
don't have
singer
to
in
be.
the world. Yeah.
Right? Because I'm a singer, but I'm not expecting everybody else to not sing, right? You know what I mean? Everybody's got their gifts
Yeah.
in life on what
that's
they
true.
have, right? Do you think it's? I'm going to think of some really good questions for you all. What is it that you love about yourself, Philipp? I've already covered Anja, but what is it that when you look in the mirror, what do you like about yourself?
I like that I
You look
that I
right at
think,
me.
That I think that way. That I think so. That I think that I can learn what I want to learn.
In what
so
way?
That
How do you do
nobody
it?
that nobody can tell me that I'm not good at this. And then if I want to be good at this, then I work, and then you can be good at this.
Okay, so where did that confidence come from? How did you develop it?
I don't know. I think it came through the years, and it's just I don't know where I have this from. Maybe my mother. She always
Okay.
told me, if you want to do this, then yeah, you have to do it just,
That's
and
right.
you have to. She always she said, okay, paint another one, or
Right.
okay, you can solve some more maths problems or whatever. And she helped me getting better in these things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why in this way I learned that just doing the thing more and more makes you better in it.
That's
and
right.
it's not that you are born as a singer.
That's right.
You are developed into
That's
being
right.
a singer.
And having that voice and someone telling you it's okay, keep trying.
Yeah.
Not like you're doomed forever.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of young people are dealing with right now. They're dealing with
that's right.
self-confidence, acceptance, comparing. Here in Canada, the Western world, we deal with that. Is it like that back home with your youth?
Yeah, sure.
Similar, yeah.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
what way?
In just the ways that we talked right now.
The same way.
Kind of, yeah, the
Okay.
same way.
All right.
Yeah.
So now is social media a big issue over there too?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
Okay.
I mean, Instagram is, for example, all over the world.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so you deal with it in the same way there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. It's normal, I think.
And because everyone is getting the phone sooner and sooner, so already they're 8
Yeah.
years old having their
My
phone
sister,
with internet.
yeah, right. My sister, for example, she's only 9 years old, and she has already a smartphone. And I
Wow.
got my first one, I think. I got such a Nokia phone.
Okay,
because
okay.
And I think my first smartphone I got with, oh god, I think with 12.
12 years old.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I got it later.
Later. Okay, so did I. Trust me, I got mine. You don't want to know when I got mine, but I got mine pretty late in life. Okay, we got a couple of minutes, maybe 2.5 before we go to break, and I want to touch on something to move on into the third segment. There's an entitlement. I'm talking from me now, all right? And I'm going to address you all. There's an entitlement with young people. There's this acceptance that I'm young. Let's say they start a job. They come out of school, they start a job. That certificate, like you haven't gone there yet, but I'm just drawing a picture. They've got this degree, so I'm going to walk into a job, and this is what I'm going to be paid. And this. They're not willing to listen to common sense or life. They just want to just be treated a certain way. You can't speak to them in a little bit of way because they don't know how to deal with discipline. You know what I mean? Like they don't understand. Is that what's your concern with that? What's your?
Yeah, you have to take care that. That's what we also learn for. Like we are now having different jobs all the time,
Right.
And we are meeting new people. And
Right.
when you're meeting someone new, this person doesn't know anything about you.
Okay.
So
Yeah, it's
and
important
you have
what
to
you are
think
doing.
about if you want to be the person that has this certificate. Because if you show it up and say, okay, I don't know, doctor of physics, then the other one says, okay, he likes to be that, and maybe you have to think about
what you show to the people.
Yeah.
It's
How?
important.
how you
show it?
introduce yourself,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm Philip and I'm from Germany and have, I don't know, this or that marks in school or whatever.
Is it
I
in your
don't
posture?
like
You're
it.
saying in your posture, how the way you introduce yourself. That's powerful too, because we have to go to breaks.
Yeah.
soon.
I think it's powerful how you introduce yourself to other people, because this is the first thing they see, how they
Right.
see you.
Right.
But if you're talking to them for 5 minutes, then you have 5 minutes time to
Make a picture of
show them
yourself.
who you are.
That's right.
And that's also why this gap year here is a nice idea to learn these kind of things.
Awesome. On that note, we got to go to break. I want to come back and follow up with that. Just that's what I wanted. We'll be right back, guys. Awesome. Welcome back to Future Prospects. I don't know about you guys, but I'm taking every single note from what Anja and Philipp are saying. This is real life conversation that you young people think about, but now you're hearing it from your peers. Guys, that was amazing. That really, really was. I want to touch upon what we were talking about. And I kind of could be talking, I don't have a prompter that I can go over and look at to refresh my memory. But now we covered acceptance, we covered entitlement. There we go. It was entitlement. That when you, let's say you walk into a company, right, and then you talk about yourself.
Yeah.
There's a language barrier here with youth. They don't know how to talk. They really, some do, some don't. There's this attitude that they don't know. So what is your perspective on that with what we could, as young people, that you could do when you're going out into the real world? Because this is your business card. Your degrees and whatever you do in school is just...
Nobody can see it. Yeah.
I rest my case. So.
I think it's important that you have to be yourself, because when you go to a company where you want to work, you can't act like you're somebody else. So it's so important to be yourself. So this is the point where you realize that it's good to be you and not somebody else.
That's right.
Because I think it's good how you act. When people like you, like you are the way you are, it's good. But when they don't like you, it's okay. But it's crazy when they would like you and you are not acting like yourself. So they would
That's
like
right.
another person.
That's right.
Kind of.
But isn't it hard to try and, because what I hear from youth, and you can jump in anytime, Philip, is that it's hard to be yourself. So they try to be somebody else because they don't know how to walk in their own shoes.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, if you're acting different for a long time, then you might be
Maybe you forget who you are after a while.
That's right. That's right.
you're just used to it.
Go ahead.
And we talked about this. You asked us what is our gift, kind of.
Yes.
And
Good.
I think it's difficult in our age to say kind of what is our gift, because when somebody in your age asking you, and it seems creepy kind of when you.
Why? Why?
For others, they are like, oh, she wants to show us how good she is. It's today it's difficult to show other people that you're good at something.
Yeah.
Why though? Why is it a problem? I'm gonna go to a little bit of a hard thing here now. We've got some issues with young people right now, called the mental, the stigma of mental breakdown, anxiety, depression, suicide, hurting their own siblings. That bothers me because we have a son. And there's a society out there that's gonna be you. So now, when I listen to that, you can talk bad about yourself because that's accepted in social media, so you can post it and whatever.
Yeah, it's okay to talk bad things about you, but not good things.
Why? I'm asking you now. You're the future. Why?
I have the feeling like when you show the guys that you are good at something, I think in their mind they think I would like to be also good at this thing, but I think they feel like they have to show that they don't like it like you would act. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, but why though? I'm trying to get to the root of it. Why?
I think it's your friends and all together.
Okay.
When you would talk to everybody, for example, when you would talk to every person in a group of 5, everybody would say you like, oh, normally I like it. What they're doing, that she says that she's good at something.
Right.
But when they're in the group, they're like, oh, why is she talking like that?
Why, Philip? That's awesome. Why? Come on.
I think maybe...
Give it to me.
As yourself saying that, you feel maybe bad for other people.
Yeah, you feel also
and
bad.
That other people maybe are having the wrong view of you, because proudness, do you say that?
No, that's okay, that's good.
Is one thing, but I don't know the other word in English.
Okay.
But if you are saying
Explain.
something, if you are like too proud, if you are
What's wrong
always,
with it?
for example, if you are rich and then you're always showing your big Rolex or if you
Okay, so that's like ego. That's a little bit of showing off. I'm just going to keep it simple for the audience. So showing off. But what is...
it can be wrongly seen as showing off.
Could be wrong
if you
understood.
always say, okay, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, and then they always think, okay, his nose is far up in the heaven.
So where's... Okay, but where is the balance then? Because I'm trying, and I'm never going to give up. I'm never ever going to give up with this mission of mine. You need to use this in a positive way, because if you don't, you're telling yourself, you're listening to yourself. That's why I always say to young people, what is it that you see in the mirror? What is wrong in talking good about yourself? I do it about myself. I talk about my age and I'm 58. 58. I know, you heard it a lot. But anyway, it's the truth. I'm proud of my age.
We can say this as an example, you know?
Yes, go for it.
And another one that is 58 and maybe could say now, okay, she can say this because she's not looking at 58, you know?
But who cares?
So that's the thing where they say, okay, her nose is far up in the heaven.
But I don't really care, right?
That's the thing you have to consider, you know.
But you shouldn't. What I'm trying to say to you as young people now, you can't worry about every single body else.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You have your life, and you can jump in any time. You have your life, and you've got to feel good about yourself and put yourself out there to do what you need to do. As long as it's positive, it has integrity, and it's not illegal.
Yep.
But I think it's also important to don't. You also have to look on the others, not in that way that you say, oh, I have to be like this, I have to be like that, or I have to be able to do this or that. But my mother always said that you should stop your acting whenever it's like when you only should do that to another person which you also want that another person is doing to you. So if you hit someone in the face, you always have to think, okay, would I like if somebody hits it in my face?
No, they'd be
so
lying
you
down.
don't do it.
No.
That's the answer. You don't do it.
Right.
So that's all. You have to consider that also. If you would like that, I don't know. You know, if you would like it that what you are doing to someone else,
but
then you can do it. But if you are doing something bad, then
so it's also important to look how other people are acting, because you are not perfect.
No one is, though.
Yeah.
I'm not going to keep saying no one is.
And maybe you are somebody who likes to hit other persons.
Right.
And so so in this way, it's also good to look at other persons and look how they would act.
The positive side.
The positive side. And maybe
Right.
you would recognize that your way, how you act, is wrong. And so you could also learn from other persons.
That's also good, like seeing tons of different people all over the world, because you can say, okay, this is good and this is bad.
Right.
It's not only limited to people, it's also limited to whole communities.
That's
like
right.
what is good, what is bad, and then
That's
you can take the good things and you can try to be good in that ways too. So maybe it's a different topic than what you are good in and what
Sure
you like to do, but it's
your
more the way
character.
how you act and how you like act with other people.
That's right. How you interact
how you
with
interact
others.
with other people.
Conversation.
So this moral thing is good if you're taking the good things and you collect them in yourself.
But shouldn't you want to go say something?
Yes,
Go for it. Go for it.
I thought about this thing, why it's not okay to say you're good at something. I think because today it's all material, because everybody has a car for I don't know how much money, and they are fighting kind of each other. So maybe they think like you will fight them with your good things, your gifts, you know. So they have the feeling they have to get better than you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to jump in there for a second. You are the future. You have to use this positive.
Yeah.
You have to talk about yourself positive. When you go to school, you might have all the 90s on whatever you're going for, but when you are out there is nothing wrong in talking about yourself good and that you are great at what you do.
You know, I heard when we finished...
Am I wrong?
No, yeah, you're
right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When I finished school, there are lots of interviews, you know.
Right. You got to sell yourself out there, Anja.
Yeah, and the problem is I talked to many people who are also in my class, for example, and they were always like, oh, what should I say and what am I good? They were like, I know I'm bad at this, at this, at this.
Everybody's got bad stuff.
Yeah, but they had so much problems to say that they are good at something.
Why?
It was crazy because everybody was like, oh, what can I say? And
I think also a problem is that you think in what you should be good for doing this or that. So if for example, we worked for a gardening company.
The name of the company
if you
what's the name of the company?
Seasonal gardener.
Okay, all right. Okay.
From James Bay.
I love my branding. Go ahead. Okay.
And then if I phone them and then I say, I'm sorry, but I'm not good at gardening.
Right.
But I would love to work with you.
Right.
Then they say, okay, then I have to find someone else, you know, because.
And this is the picture you give them.
Yeah, you try to give them the picture they want to see, but that's not good.
It's okay to say I'm not good yet at gardening, but when you say to somebody I want to learn it, they would be like, oh, that's nice. I never heard it like. That somebody says that they are not good at this, but they want to learn it.
Okay, so it's being honest. It's being honest with who you are, right?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah,
It's being honest. What I'm trying to say,
yes.
Right. Okay, finally got it. Okay. Because what I'm saying is that it's okay to say you're not good at something. Am I good at making Yorkshire puddings? Heck no, I'm not. They're like rocks. Right? My husband and my son can contest to that, and we're going to go to break soon. But the reason why I'm saying is always keep this positive, because when you hear yourself talk good about yourself, you're programming your mind to love who you are. And on that note, we're going to go to break. We'll be right back with Anja and Philipp. Love yourselves. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Future Prospects. I am loving this. Swing it right back over to you. So we left off on you got to keep this positive.
Yeah.
Okay. Why should you keep it positive? Why?
Because what you are when you say something, you feel also like this,
Yes.
you know. So when you are talking the whole day about stuff like
Drama.
Yeah, right. And then your head thinks like everything is bad and nothing is good,
Right.
and so you are not able to be a positive human.
No, that's right. Because what
Yeah.
you listen to is like music. You
Yeah.
put it out there.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
I think the minds of the people or of the youth has to be changed in that way that if somebody says, "I'm good at this," then the others think
It's not acceptable.
Acceptable.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Thank
you did
you.
great, sweetheart. You did great.
they say they maybe think that they want to do it also, that they also have to be good in that. If you say that you are good in driving a car, then everybody says, "Oh, he's good. I'm not so good, so he thinks he's better than me." You know, that's the way maybe they think that. It's always like he thinks that he's better than me, but he just thinks that he's good. You know,
Right.
he doesn't he doesn't compare.
This is the way how the problems at school are coming up, because there are young people who have good marks, and then they get bullied by guys who are not that good because the person have good marks, and that's crazy because normally they would wish that they would be also as good as the person,
But you can't wish. You got to go in there and work.
Yeah.
They
but they
think
just
that
beat them, kind of, you know.
They bully them.
Yeah.
Which we're going to cover in a little quick second.
think-
But go ahead. Awesome.
They think that that the person with the good marks, that he or she feels better than the others, and that she thinks that or he thinks that he or she is really better than the others. So they have to make clear that they are better
By
in
bullying
That
them?
she feels bad.
in their way.
But beating them up by
That's
bullying
maybe
them?
their way, you know.
But that's not the right way, though.
That's not
Yeah,
the right
sure.
way, of course.
That's
But
not the right
so
way.
they would.
the minds have to be changed. That if somebody says I'm good at this, or I have good marks, whatever, that the others don't have to think in that way, that the other person thinks he or she's better.
Okay.
So they have to just take care. Okay, he or she's good in that, and I'm good at.
You should be
driving a
happy
car,
with them.
whatever
You should be happy with that,
With
but
them,
also happy
yeah.
with yourself.
And with
Yeah.
yourself, with
When
them
you're
and
not
yourself.
good at school, then maybe you're good at sports or
Right. Absolutely.
And the minds have to be changed, because also we are thinking in that way that, like, if somebody says that, then you might think, okay, he thinks he's better than me.
But-
For example, if with showing off with money, then you think, oh, he will make clear. He just wants to make clear that he's richer than me, but maybe it's just not that what he wants to show.
Right.
And
Showing you
then
what
the
you
minds
can
have to really
achieve.
get changed
Yeah.
in that.
You have to mature. You have to think mature. You have to think right. You have to hang around with good people
Yeah,
to
that's
implement good things. One thing I want to cover quickly. There's a lot of bullying happening in school, and
Yeah,
kids like this
many.
pushing each other and stuff like that. So now, when someone, let's say you're walking down the corridor, right? And you're walking and they say, oh, there's Anja and Philipp, they just came back from Canada, look at them, they think, and they just push into you. How would you deal with something like that?
when somebody is coming
Yeah, they
to me.
push you down on the ground.
I would confront them with
How?
the question why they are doing
Oh,
it.
so you get up off the ground and you would confront them.
I think this is a hard step to do this, because you are alone and you're not feeling that self-confident when there are standing like 10 guys in front of you and you are.
But then how would you deal with a confrontation? Do you go down into yourself? How do you get out of it? How do you deal with it?
I would ignore them.
You would ignore them?
Yeah.
Okay, Philip?
I'm the different person. Maybe I would confront them with just the question.
I would
why
go
they
to
are
another
doing it.
person, you
and
know?
then they will see by themselves why that's just totally ununderstandable.
I
Totally not understandable
I
what
think
they're doing.
When you would react like this, the problem is maybe that they are feeling like, oh, no, she's reacting, so it's good, so I have to go on, you know?
How do you shut it down?
this is why I would say I would go, because then they think you don't care.
Right.
So I would go to, I don't know, to a teacher or something like this and talk with them about it, because you sometimes it's not able to speak to such persons.
Right. That's right. You'd speak up. You'd use your voice again.
Yeah, I don't want to discuss like 3 hours and they're laughing at me, you know?
That's right. But they're going to laugh anyway.
Yeah, sure.
They're going to laugh.
Yeah.
People are going to laugh at you guys.
Yeah, sure.
They laugh at me every single day, but I don't really care, right?
Yeah.
But that comes again with maturity. That comes with walking the road. What else did you want to say?
I think maybe there's not a recipe for everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Like how to do it. It depends on what a person you are, what the person that beats you up is like, and so it's but I think maybe often they are just not
strong.
They don't like themselves
they're
too
not
much.
self-confident enough. Yeah,
and
they
so,
have problems with themselves.
That's right.
And that's the way how they treat other persons.
How would you go ahead?
No, I just wanted to say that.
So how would they work upon themselves to become, because it's called life. It's not depression or anxiety, these labels. It's that we put it into ourselves. There is bipolar, there's different things out there that is mental disorders. But depression and anxiety, to me, I think it's something that young people, I'm saying right into the camera, is putting upon themselves. Yeah. Because it's life. You will be confronted outside in
there
life.
will be always people who don't like you.
That's right. So how would you deal with someone who didn't like you?
I don't like everybody, you know. It's normal.
That's right. But you wouldn't bully them, though.
No, it's not okay.
That's right.
You should let them live their life.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just let them go and yeah, that's it.
You don't have to be best friends with everybody.
That's right. Isn't it also by the friends that you associate yourself with?
Can you say it again?
Is it also to do with the people that you call your friends? There is friends that can bring out bad stuff out of you, and there's friends that can uplift you.
So it's important to think about with what guys you're surrounded, because they could influence you so hard.
That's right.
When they are always thinking in a negative way, and they're always talk to you and share their negativity with you, you will start to think about it if they are maybe right, and then you will start to think negative too.
There's a saying, I don't know if it's only in Germany, but it says, show me your friends and I show you who you are.
Yeah. That's what we say over
and
here too.
You say that too, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's totally right.
It's like I always tell my son all the time, and I still tell him, and he's walking the road and he knows. I said, you're 19 years old now, so you're 18?
Yeah.
19. So really, when you go into post-secondary, you're not a child anymore. You're a young woman, young man. And your walk now is gotta be, you'll make mistakes still, but who you choose and what you do is onus on you. You can talk to your parents, but everything that you do in life from now on is on you.
Yeah, I think it's important to make mistakes too, because you learn from them.
But I thought making mistakes you cannot do. You have to be perfect.
No, it's so important, because how you can get perfect when you don't know how to make mistakes. You have to learn somewhere how to make it better.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
If you for knowing what to do, you also have to know what not to do.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have to make the mistake to see then, okay, that was a mistake, and I will do it better next time.
How you want to. It's hard to realize that this is a mistake when you have no idea if it's a mistake or not. Mm-hmm. So you have to be.
Sometimes people also think that they are acting in the right way, and maybe it's not. Yeah. And if you just keep on saying that's right, then
maybe other person.
Right.
Yeah, maybe other person comes to you, and then you will talk with them, and then you will realize that your way of acting is wrong.
So it's important to be open-minded and.
Right. That's right. And don't think that you've arrived. You know what I mean when I say that? Don't think I'm a young person. I'm here. Everything is going to be fine. No, it's not.
Yeah.
No.
It's called life. That's why the importance of loving who you are is crucial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask you one thing quickly. How is it important to have mentors in your life? Mentors, people that guide you, people that always encourage you? People that you can sit down and say, you know something, I'm taking this course here.
I think it's important to have, you don't have to have many of them.
Right.
It's enough to have a good friend who you can talk with, because you have to be really careful with what you are sharing with your friends, because at the end, mostly you have one friend left when you are leaving high school.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I think it's important to have somebody with who you can talk, because it's not good to keep your problems by yourself.
But why not though? I always
You
hear...
have to speak about them to solve them, kind of. Maybe your friend have a good idea.
That's right.
Or your mother or your father, you know.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We only got 3 minutes left. You got to jump in here, Philip. Awesome, Anja.
Yeah, I think it's important that nobody will have the self-confidence from their birth.
Yeah.
So,
you have to build it up.
Someone that shows you how to be self-confident. So, for example, for me, it was maybe my mother that said, "Okay, you can do it again," and but it don't have to be your parents. Maybe it's someone different.
I think you could
knows?
be it also you.
Maybe it's even someone. worse.
I would say I'd learn it from nobody. It's hard. I think it sounds hard, but I think
it's not hard.
But I think it's good to teach yourself to be self-confident.
And how do you teach yourself really fast? Because we soon have to.
I think it's a hard step, because you have to realize that you're good enough, that you can do things, or you are able to solving problems by your own. You are able to
get through it.
You also have to learn from people that are not showing you this support.
That's
right. When somebody says you are not good in drawing, then you just say, no, I will be good, or I want to be good. And if somebody says you're not good in organizing, then you say, I'm going to organize my things.
And then I will show you.
You will have a look on it,
Okay, my beautifuls. We got 1 minute. I want to get one thing out of you, and then we have to go. I wish I could keep you, but I know that you've got to cover Canada. All right? So one quick thing. What do you love about yourself? Real quick, really short and fast.
Anja can start.
Anja,
I already said.
What do you love about yourself? What do you love about yourself? What do you love about yourself? Michael? What do you love about yourself? Real fast.
I think I like it.
Look at me.
I think.
There you go.
I think I like it that I'm good at treating persons good.
Awesome.
Yeah. I like to be surrounded by people, and I like to talk with them, and I like to deal with them, and to talk about their problems.
You're going to be an amazing judge. Okay, awesome, honey. Yourself, real quick.
I like to learn things, and that I'm able to learn things fast, and
awesome, honey.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys, and follow us on social medias. It's going to be shown on the credits, and just follow us. Send me your questions. You go through my website and you can see everything there. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Take everything that you've heard and apply it to your lives. Love you guys. Bye.
Love